gentlemen, here we go. Welcome back to Dragon Ball Daima Anime Review, episode number 8. This one's called Tamagami. Yep, unlike in the case of the first two definitely light novels, this is completely original. So, what's this episode? I would say most of it is simply Goku versus Tamagami, which of course they fight for quite a while, and then of course Goku breaks the staff. It's like, oh yeah, time to get serious. Yeah, everyone's like shocked the fact he didn't hold his own, and then he goes Super Saiyan, and it's like, oh, now you're getting serious. It's basically air attack, and then for the first time in this series, Goku uses the Kamehameha wave, and everyone's shocked the fact there's this powerful move, and like, oh, you beat this round. We have one more fight left. You beat this fight, you get the Dragon Ball. And it's a case of, what cup basically is this Dragon Ball under? And after Goku basically watched, I don't think it's a good thing he's very good at this. I love basically how they transform into Super Saiyan. It's only the second time he did it. So, he's like, oh yeah, it's actually over there. Yeah, not the cup. It's actually over there. He threw it over there when he was basically going really fast. And, well, he got his first Dragon Ball. And, by the way, that whole scene with the fight, that took up like the first half of the episode. The rest of it's really interesting. So, they established a retcon here with this particular episode. So, okay, what happened is during that famous scene from the Majin Buu saga where Vegeta blew himself up to kill Majin Buu, but then he reformed. But then we see a retcon here where Supreme Kai's sister was also there. No one knew she was there, and she took a piece of Majin Buu with her back in the demon world. I'm like, that's interesting. Yes. And they pondered that for a bit, and oh, by the way, she actually is informed about Goku defeating, well, the Tamagami. And then she rides on a very futuristic broomstick, where she rides right through her little castle, whatever the heck this thing is. It looks like it's a tree. And then we see a woman with the same M that Babidi had on his belt buckle. Yes. And they make a claim in this particular scene that it wasn't Babidi who created Majin Buu. Another retcon, it was actually this woman who created Majin Buu, and Babidi barely could control him because he wasn't as powerful as people thought he was. I'm like, why in the world are we retconning the amazing Majin Buu saga? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Okay, more Majin, and then we see Piccolo, Vegeta, Bulma, and the guy who was hired to be the driver. They inform about, oh yeah, the capture, and of course they try to explain the little Dragon Ball thing. Like, oh, we're going to do a Dragon Ball Hotel, and of course he wants this colored wine for some reason. Yeah, and the episode's with them. Gotta admit, this was a very interesting episode. I like seeing all this stuff here, but why the retcons? This actually is the first episode to feature retcons in the Dragon Ball franchise, because Super was very careful to make sure everything's still canon. They didn't change stuff. They didn't add stuff to basically flashbacks, per se. Well, they kind of did in the case of Frieza, but that was basically a minor thing at best. Where I'm like, why in the world would they basically reuse the footage stock? By the way, this episode does not use. It looks like they actually remade the actual footage from the Majin Buu saga, because I should point out that this saga was released in 1990s. This was released like late last year. So it's been like 30 years since anybody's seen this footage. So my guess is Toei must have used footage the way it looked. I don't think it's from the original Dragon Ball Z series. I think this may have been from Kai, but done with high definition. That's my guess anyways. But I also give high praise to this episode. The animation episode was really good. I thought the animation was the best thing. It was a number one thing I thought was really good with this episode, aside from the fight scene with Tamagami. I thought that was good. I liked the fact we actually focused on Supreme Kai's sister. I thought that was interesting. I thought it was kind of weird the fact she was there. She didn't for the scene per se. I was not really offended by that per se because, yeah, oh yeah, she was there. She took a tiny piece of Majin Buu, but not. But as far as I can tell, she didn't disrupt basically what happened in the original story, which good enough for that. It's just that the whole thing of Babidi basically was a bit head scratching, to say the least. Now, what kind of Majin that she and this other lady are trying to create, I don't know. For some reason, the woman looks a lot like some people see in the Afterlife stuff. And they also mentioned, Goku's a prodigy because he's that strong of a freaking fighter. Yeah. But, so Seven is doing the animation for this episode, which was really good, by the way. Like, you can see that they have a lot of plot progression in this episode. I mean a lot of it. Which sets up more stuff later on. And in Japan, the show just ended. Yeah, they just released the final episode just this week. Now, we have roughly 12 more episodes left to go before we finally end this particular series. As for what they could do for the next franchise, in other words, I'm not sure, but yeah, but not much to say about this episode, aside from the fact it's really good. So, yeah, that's pretty much the particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do this like button. Well, I will see you all tomorrow after I get home from Busch Gardens, if I get time to do my reviews for Case Closed. I left my ring party to help my students don't join the to do that one, and probably the Praiser anime. Okay? But see you tomorrow. Bye.